Good morning, dear children. We begin with session 4 of chapter management today, and the topic for today is nature of management. Here, the only thing you need to understand is how does management behave? Management at times behaves as science, management at times behaves as an art, management also behaves as a profession. And from this topic, you will get 3 and 4 marks case studies in your board paper. So for 3 and 4 mark case studies, the only thing that you need to do is identify that how is management behaving in that case study. And for identifying that whether management is behaving as science, whether management is behaving as an art or profession, we need to understand certain features of science, certain features of art, and certain features of profession which are found in management as well. So understanding those case studies, for understanding those case studies, you need to understand these features, because these features are the keywords which will help you in identifying the nature of management in those questions. So let us start with the first nature of management, which is science. How can we identify in the case study that whether management is behaving as science, art, or profession? So we begin with science first. And the first point, the first feature, the first keyword which will help you in identifying that management in this case study is behaving as science is a systematic body of knowledge. In science, in science, organized and systematic study material is available. If we talk about physics, if we talk about chemistry or any other subject of science, I'm sure you know that there's a systematic study material which is available, which is used to acquire the knowledge of science. Similarly, in management also there is availability of systematic and organized study material. I repeat, like science has a systematic study material to acquire knowledge, similarly, in management also there's availability of systematic and organized study material. So first feature of science is present in management, and that is systematic knowledge, systematic body of knowledge. The second feature of science is that the principles of science, the laws in science, they are based on experimentations. Like, for example, the Archimedes principle, Newton's law, all these laws, how were they made? They were developed through continuous observations, and then they were tested through repeated experiments. Similarly, the management principles of management is your next chapter, so you'll understand what principles of management I'm talking about later. Similarly, the principles of management, that certain theories in management, they were also developed through observations and experiments. But since management deals with human beings and human behavior, so management is a science, but it is an inexact science. This is also 1 mark question in the board exam, that why management behaves as an inexact science. Management is a science because this feature is present in management also, that the principles, the laws of management are also based on certain principles. They are based on certain experimentations and observations. But yes, management is an inexact science because the principles of management are applied in human beings, the human behavior, and human behavior cannot be predicted. You have to change your principles. You have to change the laws, the certain policies according to the human behavior. That is the employees working in the organization. So we can also say that management behaves as an inexact science. So this feature of science is somewhat partially present in management, but still we can consider management behaving as science. So this feature, because the principles of management, they behave as science at times. The third feature of science which is present in management is universal validity. The scientific principles have a universal application. They have a universal validity. They are applied everywhere and the same way they are applied. Similarly, there are certain theories, certain principles of management which are universally applicable, which are universally valid, but depends how each manager uses it in their own manner, in their own behavior. So universal validity is a feature, again, which is partially present in management. So how will you identify in a particular case study that management is behaving as a science? For this, you have 3 keywords in front of you. Science is a systematic body of knowledge, and so is management, because even management has a proper study material, organized study material. Principles of science are based on experiments, and so are the principles of management, which is your second chapter. Universal validity. Yes, the scientific principles, the principles of science, laws of science are universally valid, and so is the principles of management as well. Now, children, management also behaves as an art. You will identify in the case study how is management behaving as an art in that case study. In science, it is a systematic body of knowledge, which means it has an organized body, it has an organized study material. But here in art, we talk about theoretical knowledge. Now, for example, I'm sure you must be knowing that the musicians who learn music, they also have certain books on the ragas, right? They have certain theories also. I'm sure most of you must maybe you are musicians, you dance also. So if you are taking a proper classes for the same, I'm sure everybody has to pass through a theory exam also. So management, when behaves as an art, we say that it has a systematic body of knowledge is available in management as well as in art, but it also has an existence of theoretical knowledge. In every art, there is systematic and organized study material available to acquire theoretical knowledge of the art. For example, various books on different ragas are available in music, right? So in management also there is a systematic and organized body of knowledge which is available, which can help in acquiring the managerial studies. Second feature is personalized application. In the field of art, only theoretical knowledge is not enough. Every artist, I'm sure you must be knowing it, every artist must have a personal skill and creativity to apply that knowledge. For example, all musicians, they learn the same ragas, but they apply these ragas according to their personal skill and their creativity, which makes them different. In management also, managers learn the same skills, managers learn the same theories, they learn the same laws in their management studies, but they become different in the way they apply these principles of management. The efficiency of managers depends on how well they use these principles under different situations by applying their personal skills and creativity. So this feature is also present in management. Theoretical knowledge in art, theoretical knowledge in management, personalized application of art, and of course personal application of the principles by managers in their own way. Third keyword, third important feature of art is based on practice and creativity. Now children, the artists require regular practice of art to become more fine and perfect. Without practice, even artists would lose their perfection. Art requires creative practice, that is, the artists must add their creativity to the theoretical knowledge they have learned. In the similar manner, with the experience, managers also improve their managerial skills and efficiency. If you do something regularly, you become perfect, and so is art, and so is management. So management is based on theoretical knowledge, which is a feature of art present in management also. Personalized application means you learn the skills, but you apply in your own manner. You use your own creativity, which makes you different. So which is present in art as well as in management. Then based on practice and creativity, yes, until unless you practice regularly, until unless you become experienced, you will not be able to practice your art also properly. So for art also, you need to practice whatever you've learned regularly. Similarly, with the experience, managers also become perfect. They also become efficient. We begin with third nature, and that is profession. So management is a profession. We all know that. But how can we prove through the case study? How will we identify what are the keywords? So certain features of profession which are also present in management. The first feature is well-defined body of knowledge. Now, this point is somewhat similar in science also, art also, and profession also. So, like every profession, there is a practice of certain systematic body of knowledge which helps the professionals to gain specialized knowledge of that profession. Now, be it doctors who study MBBS, BDS, then CAs and lawyers. So they practice a systematic body of knowledge which helps them gain that specialized knowledge. And same as management. Students who clear the exam for CAT, they aspire to get into the IIMs. They also have a systematic body of knowledge which they apply later in their profession, right? So the second feature of profession which is found in management is restricted entry. Now this feature means to get into IIMs, your entry is restricted. Not everybody gets into IIM. The children who clear CAT, only they can get through IIMs, who clear the interview. So the entry is restricted. Similarly, for law, you need to clear the exam called CLAT. To become a chartered accountant, you know that you have to clear the exams of CA. So not everybody can become a CA, not everybody can become a doctor. There is a restricted entry, and so is for management. The same feature is found in management as well. The third feature of the third feature of profession, which is found in management also, is professional association. And this means for all the professions, there are certain special associations which are established, and every professional has to get himself or herself registered with his association before they practice their profession. For example, doctors have to get themselves registered with Medical Council of India, lawyers with Bar Council of India, CAs with ICAI India, right? So in case of management also, there is an association which is IMA in New Delhi, National Institute for Personal Management at Kolkata. So even managers need to get themselves registered. But there's a condition, not a condition rather, but as of now, legally, it's not compulsory for managers to become a part of these organizations by registration. So presently, this feature of profession is partially present in management, but very soon it will be included and would get its statutory backing also. But yes, since we have the association IMA, All India Management Association, New Delhi, National Institute of Personal Management, so we can say that yes, this feature of profession, presence of professional association, this is present in management also. Another feature of profession is ethical code. Children, every profession, there is a set of certain ethical codes which are fixed by their professional organizations. And whosoever gets registered, they are bound to follow those ethical codes. For example, the code, to be followed by doctors is proper treatment of the patients. Similarly, we have certain codes for managers also. Managers, IMA, although it's not compulsory for all the managers to get registered in this, the association of management association. But still, this IMA has devised a code and it lays emphasis on ethical behavior of managers. But since I said it's not compulsory for the managers to get registered, therefore, they are not bound to abide by these ethical codes. But still, we expect all managers, to behave in an ethical manner. They should respect all the employees. They must give due importance to all the religions. So these are certain small points which are expected out of a manager. The last feature of profession is service motive, which is also present in management. The basic motive of every management is to serve the clients with dedication, whereas basic purpose of management is achievement of management goals, the objectives of the organization. Like every profession has certain motive. Doctors need to treat the patients, lawyers need to give services to their clients. Similarly, the manager, whosoever is a manager, is also expected to achieve the goals of the organization. And we've already discussed the objectives of management in our previous chapter. that objectives of management are organizational objectives, social objectives, personal objectives. So even management has a service motive. So all these keywords, all these features of profession, since they are present in management, so through these keywords we can identify in a particular case study that how is management behaving as profession. Well defined body of knowledge, it has a restricted entry, professional association, ethical code, service motive. So before ending with the topic, children, I hope everyone after receiving the videos is going through NCERT, is underlining these keywords, reading NCERT, because unless you read NCERT, you will not be able to crack the BST board paper, because the whole paper is application based. You would hardly find any direct question as you used to get in class 11th. Please, it's a humble request. Consider NCERT as the Bible for BST. No other book is required. Do not buy any other book except NCERT. Thank you.